Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitz from ATF Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 2 2018 Championship Mode. So, today we are going to attempt to get 3 races in, and that's going to be the plan from here on out, is to try to get 3 races in every stream. Because as I look at the schedule here, if we do that, we're going to set ourselves up perfectly. So, but let's first welcome everybody. Welcome to Eric Jones, Van Callenrad, Dancing Yeti, and that's it. How are you all doing today? Already had to ban someone, so we're off to a flying start today. I'm doing well. I thought the Xfinity race went really well today. I'm sure I'll talk about it throughout the day, but yeah, doing well. Got my ATF highlight video edited and uploaded today, so if you have not seen that yet, be sure to check that out at some point here. It was a lot of fun, and that was all from last night's stream. We had like 5 or 6 highlights from that stream alone, and I put them all into a video, so that was a lot of fun. So anyway, looking at the schedule, if we do 3 races per episode, we could do Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire, Pocono, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Darlington, Indianapolis. That's the cutoff for the chase right there. And then that sets us up to have a round per stream. So Las Vegas, Richmond, Charlotte, Roval, Dover, Talladega, Kansas, Martinsville, Texas, ISM, and then Homestead we will do a 50% race. So that'll be the longest race I've ever done in my life. So that'll be fun. That'll take a lot of time though, so that's why we're setting ourselves up for that. So 3 races per stream is now the new norm. Colin it was on YouTube. Let's see. Is it bad if I play NASCAR Heat 2 on normal 4%? No, if it's what you enjoy, then that's why we make video games, and that's why there's settings, because everybody enjoys different settings and different race lengths, different difficulties. So, but let's look at the standings here. So, if you recall from last stream, there was a surprise winner at Michigan, and that surprise winner was Michael McDowell. Now, Michael McDowell is not in the top 30 in points right now. So, in addition to ourselves doing well, we also kind of have a hidden objective of trying to get Michael McDowell into the top 30 in points. Because if he's in the top 30 in points, then that means somebody who actually deserves to be in the chase. No offense to Michael McDowell, he's probably going to do extremely well tomorrow in the Cup race. But in this game, he'll just remove somebody who probably deserves to be in the chase. So we definitely need to do that and get somebody out of the chase. Welcome, NBA Videos. So that is that. Let's head off to Daytona. We are starting with the Coke 0400. Let's go. But yes, welcome to everybody. Good to see everyone again today. Not quite sure if there's going to be a double stream tonight. Haven't heard any of the word from the others yet tonight. So we might end up doing another stream. Might not. Depend on if we do something and what we're playing. Because I don't always stream when I do multiplayer stuff with those guys. But yeah, Daytona is probably the best track that I could help Michael McDowell at, so I will definitely take a look at that. And I know Conrad has a hidden objective of getting Brendan Gaughan in the chase as well. So that's that. Let me just make sure all the audio levels are good. I'm really kind of sad how messed up my audio levels were at last night's stream, and nobody told me. So, oh well. All right, so. Obviously, qualifying at Daytona usually doesn't result in anything. We're just going to put a little more grill tape on. And skipping qualifying, let's just go straight to the race.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Okay, be smart out there. Going green. Green.
All right. We're going to get into the bottom lane here, follow Deegan. So apparently there's a K&N race going on at Bristol right now, but it's not being broadcasted on TV until 1 a.m. tonight, so tomorrow morning, 1 a.m. And I find that incredibly stupid. Bristol is one of the few big tracks that series goes to, and you would think that that would be something they'd want to broadcast live, but I guess not. Yeah, it was just when I started screaming, when everything went to heck and back, that my microphone started clipping and everything started to get really bad. So at least at this juncture, we are definitely helping Haley Deegan out, which, I mean, I don't have any issues with. I looked at my phone, which is in a really awkward place, and I'm going to move it right now so I don't have to look at it again. And immediately after doing that, I go off the track. Beautiful. For the K&N series, definitely. They don't run on 1.5 miles. They only do short track, so Bristol is a big track for them. And when I mean big, I don't mean size either. I mean big like it's a monumental event for them. Alright, so we got off to a bad start there. Well, she's not affiliated with NASCAR yet, so she's just affiliated with ARCA. So once she does get into the NASCAR ranks, I'm sure people will be begging for that. I have not. This is the first championship mode I've ever done. I have not. I do not do championship modes. I just focus on my career mode. I don't do a lot of this game off screen because I suffer through a lot of torture on screen, so I don't do a ton of it off screen. But obviously in my career mode, I've won the Xfinity and the Truck Championship. But we have not yet to win a Cup Championship, so
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line.
hopefully we can pull that off this season in the career mode, and maybe pull off all 3 championships. Meanwhile, we have just stalled out here. Granted, I did screw up a little bit, but still, we have not been able to move forward at all. Now, at Talladega, if you recall, this was a while ago, but at Talladega, we swept all 3 stages and won the race. But I have a feeling that there might have been some pit strategy involved. There will be no such pit strategy involved here, yet anyway. There's always pit strategy involved, but not in the stages, it doesn't look like. Alright, everybody stopped, and I'm blowing over already. Oh! Well then. Alright, let's see how far we can go. Let's see how far we can go. We're not pitting. Probably should have, considering damage, but we're going to try to win this stage. Apparently they had to pit. Maybe, I guess that's why they slowed down so much. Because they were starting to pit, but there was no reason that we should have had to pit there. If I'm being perfectly honest. The only reason I could possibly see is that they can make it to the end of the next stage without pitting. But remember how I was just saying about strategy not being involved? Well, strategy is involved now. Alright. I apologize if I ignore chat for a little bit. I gotta really pay attention here. Who would have thought that after barrel rolling about 30 times that I would be in position to win this stage? I still don't quite understand why they had to pit, but blocking Logano and Truex here. I believe it was a DLC, a $14 DLC if I'm not mistaken. So it was a rather expensive DLC. Alright, well, we have been abandoned by our help here, and now we're in a bad spot. I'm trying to get Truex's draft, and now I'm on the outside. This is not going well. We'll still get some stage points, which is better than where we were, but well, we might get a run here. Not going to be enough, but maybe we can get ahead of Truex. No, not going to happen. Fourth it is.
Car up top.
No, the hot pass, not the, excuse me, the 2018 championship mode was not included in the season pass. So we're pitting now, and I guess my second guess of why the AI pitted is true. They could now make it to the end of stage 2. So somehow the AI outsmarted me on pit strategy for once. I wasn't really thinking about that at the time. I was still recovering from my bumps and bruises after barrel rolling down pit road about 40 times. And now we're back into the position of last. Who's out of the race? Colwitt's out of the race. Okay. Got a huge run there, so we're going to take it, even though we don't have much in the way of drafting help. We need every run we can get. Yep, we got a huge run, but we stalled out because we didn't have any help. So just confirming we can make it to the end of this stage on fuel. And I'm highly questioning whether the AI actually can or not, now that I look at the numbers. But we're only, well, we're 2 laps to the good. Yeah, I guess it's possible. It's possible. But can they actually do it? Hey, look, it's Jamie McDirtbag. Speaking of Jamie McDirtbag, where is Bragger? Bragger has not been here in a while. And where's James? Why did well, Conrad's a regular, and well, all of you guys are regulars, but where are Bragger and James? They're missing out on all the fun. John too. I guess we gotta be cautious just in case if they do want to come down pit road, so we can actually take advantage of that situation instead of just creating a wreck like last time.
Keep it right there. Hold your line.
Last 2 weeks might be a stretch because remember we had the week of streams, and I know James is there for a couple of those, and I know Bragger as well. Oh, there's a huge holdup. Burton moved down to the bottom and it held everybody up. I wasn't able to take advantage. But we're just slowly trying to move our way through the pack. There's not really much I can do about this. That looks like Matt Benedetto hitting the wall. So they're going to slow up, but again, not much in the way of drafting help. So I make a move, but I don't really have help. But let's see if I can keep it down here with Kane. Get the draft from Majeski. Hopefully he stays to the bottom. If not, then we're probably going to lose him. And he doesn't. So we gotta most likely let Kane go. But we did get around Burton, so that's progress. You know, I don't really know, Colin. That's a good question. I'm sure Google will have an answer for you. But I'm not really sure, now that I think about it. So on the bright side, I have yet to see either Michael McDowell or Brendan Gaughan. So that means they must be up front. I know both of those guys usually end up doing pretty well at these restrictor plate tracks in this game. The AI is usually set up pretty well. Alright, I see pitting, so I'm moving. Yep. As predicted, they cannot make it. So we are putting ourselves in a good position. The problem is I have no drafting help. But we are putting ourselves in position to win stage 2. So just as I thought the AI might have outsmarted me on pit strategy, I soon realized that they are actually the stupid ones. Construction management software company. I guess that makes sense. Well, NBA videos is perfectly possible considering I only play this game like once or twice a week. Alright, here comes everybody else down pit road. Looks like we are going to come out in the pack, but we need to try to lap as many cars as possible. So I'm not going to slide in until the absolute last minute here. Hopefully I can, that looks like maybe Ryan Newman or Austin Dillon. I'm going to try to get in line with him, Austin Dillon. So we do have some drafting help. So at this rate, we have lapped up to 16th. Granted, they will most likely get their laps back under the stage break, but it's very possible. Let's see how many people we pass of the secondary group that came in. I know Brendan Gaughan was in that group, so that's of particular interest as I lose the draft. There's Brendan Gaughan. He's going to get swallowed up by the pack, as well as Harrison Burton. I just lost the draft. I had no control over that. I'm sorry, Colin Rad. I'm just pulling the pit strategy game here. I'm trying to lap as many cars as possible. Yeah, don't try to compare to my subscribers, considering about 400 of them have never watched one of my videos. All of them probably came to that stream that I got NASCAR Heat 2 early, and that was it. So don't feel bad comparing your subscribers to mine. But I get about the viewership for like a 100 subscriber channel. Alright, so these guys are unlapping themselves, which is not good at all. We need to try to lap some of these guys back if we're going to try to maintain a decent position after pitting, because we're going to have to pit, which means we're going to start behind everybody who's still on the lead lap. So I need to try to lap Newman here if possible. And that's not possible. We still win the stage, so obviously we're in good shape. But we did not lap as many cars as I was hoping. Still got the old approval pending on the front row motorsports cars. Oh yeah, we gotta wait for everybody to cross the start-finish line, so this might be a while. This might be a while. There we go. Alright. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be. Alright. So we are pitting. Not everybody's pitting, so that means these cars will not get the wave around. So that permanently traps a bunch of people a lap down, I believe. So that is good. That is very good. So I think we permanently trapped 18th on back a lap down. It's possible they still got the wave around, considering I pitted, but I'm not positive. We'll find out at some point. But we're still in a much better position than we were. Granted, we are on a slightly different strategy. We're pitting about 4 laps later than everybody else. Alright, we're going to give Bush a run to the high side maybe, and then take advantage and go low. So it looks like Kevin Harvick's leading. I couldn't tell if that was Harvick or Almirola for a moment. They have very similar color schemes. We're going to push Hamlin to the front, even though I regret it. If Harvick was on the bottom, then I would take advantage of it, but Hamlin was in the right place at the right time, and we'll push him to the lead. Trying to protect. We got 2 lanes of traffic coming our way again. I don't think I lapped Newman, but again, I don't know what the whole wave around situation is, so I don't know who got back on the lead lap, who didn't. It wouldn't show me. Alright, so Busch got around. There's a huge run. I'm just going to, if they pass me on the high side, so be it. We're going to help our Toyota teammates here. I didn't think about that. We're going to get the line of Toyotas going. Hamlin, Busch, us, Truex. Well, we're getting swamped now. Here comes Jimmy. Where the frick did he come from? Granted, they're probably saying that about me. Where the frick did I come from? Todd Gilliland racing in the Cup Series, leading the, well, I'm probably going to lead the point standings at some point here. Possibly winning a championship. Frick that guy. Oh, Almirola's making a move on Truex now. I gotta defend the bottom. I should have defended the high side, but I didn't, and I'm stupid for it. We are 3 wide. Truex started to spaz out there a little bit. Well, we were 3 wide. Momentarily pitting. Wow, they pitted a lot earlier than I thought they would. Do I really have 7 laps more fuel on them? Wow. And they can't make it to the end. I can. Oh, this is going to be tight. Okay. Okay. We didn't cause a caution. That's all I can ask for right now. Yeah, Almirola was coming up behind me, Conrad. Almirola was coming up behind me. Alright, so they're all going to come in now, I assume. But they still have to make one more pit stop. Oh, that's right. There were a few people who pitted with me on that last caution. So that must be who these guys are. So we're not going to be alone on our strategy, which kind of throws a bit of a monkey wrench into all of this. Oh, that's Menard. I thought that was McDowell for a second. I would have pulled in line. Got Keselowski behind, but I don't think we're going to catch those guys up front. So I don't think we're going to win this race unless they still have to pit before 10 laps to go, because that's the magical number when it comes to fuel mileage. So whenever they come in is when we'll know whether we have a chance to win this race on strategy or not. More people coming off pit road. This is going to be a mess. This is going to be a mess. Okay, it wasn't as big of a mess as I previously anticipated. There's Brendan Gaughan, doing quite well for himself, if I do say so myself. We get around Byron, fall back in line with Keselowski. Hopefully not lose his draft, but because we're just slow as a rock, we are going to lose his draft. But this giant pack of cars up ahead is forming. Okay, so they're pitting now. This is 11 to go. So I don't think they can make it to the end unless the game gives them the AI extra large fuel tank like they do on occasion. So I think we might be able to pull this off. However, AJ Allmendinger and Darrell Wallace Jr. are going to be pitting with me. Most likely. I might go one extra lap just to confirm that we are good on fuel. So I think it's going to be AJ Allmendinger, us, and Darrell Wallace Jr., assuming a caution doesn't come out. If a caution comes out, that throws a bigger wrench into all this. So we're going to go one more lap on fuel. inherit the lead most likely because there comes Allmendinger. Yep. Both Allmendinger and Wallace pitted there. Oh, oh, I was looking behind. I wasn't looking forwards. Oh, Brendan Gaughan's right behind me. Now, Suarez is still in 19th, so that tells me there were some people who fell a lap down. And Gaughan is one of them, it looks like. So, as much as I would try to help them, but let's focus on our pit stop first, because we got a pit now. And this can only go well. We're going to get off the track early, and then try to brake going in a straight line. Look at that, everyone. Right side tires only. Full load of fuel. Look at that smooth pit road entry. That never happens anymore. Well, correction, it's been happening a lot more frequently these days. But look at that beautifulness. So full load of fuel, 2 tires. So it'll be a shorter stop. So we should have the advantage. But considering we did lose the draft for a good portion of that segment, we might still be in a bad spot, but we're going to find out shortly. Allmendinger's in second, it looks like. So we have to keep an eye on Allmendinger. There he goes. So if Allmendinger can make it to the end, and I suspect he can, it's going to be A.J. Allmendinger winning this race, unless if there's a caution. Which does benefit us, because that's another relatively slow car. Again, no offense to A.J. Allmendinger. It's the game's fault, not his. That's another relatively slow car that has a chance of making the chase. So that is super beneficial. If he can make it to the end, I guess is the question. Now, Chase Elliott and company behind, I know have to pit again. And I would assume they're going to fairly soon. But I need their help to get up to speed and not lose a ton of time. Allmendinger is by himself, so if I can get in tandem with these guys, I might be able to catch him. But he is 3.5 seconds ahead, excuse me. And I hate being in this position, but I know if they pass me, they're just going to fly away. But I'm mirror driving right now. That's all I'm doing. Allmendinger is, there's the caution I was dreading, because these guys are all going to be on the lead lap. Frick. But we're going to inherit the lead, and this is going to be a shootout. Yeah, that's what I was dreading right there. That's what I was dreading.
Green's coming. They're about to throw the green. There's the green flag.
So now we got a straight shootout with everybody on equal strategy, except for me, who did not pit. So my left side tires are a little extra worn right now. And considering my lackluster blocking skills that I demonstrated earlier, I'm quite concerned, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I don't have rivals either to give me a shove when I need it. We'll try to block Truex. That's Ricky Stenhouse, plate expert Ricky Stenhouse making a run now. We'll block him. Trying to block. But no, if they get a run, I'm screwed. How is the outside getting a run in the corner? Frick. How did they get such a good run in the middle of the corner? That does not happen in real life. So we do have an objective here. If we don't win, we want A.J. Allmendinger to win. Because he is the most likely to not do well in the playoffs would he get in. Granted, there is the Charlotte Roval, but he would have to make it to that round at some point. So I'm just going to go where Allmendinger goes, which is a scary thing. But if he goes low like he should be right now, dang it. the 43 has actually done quite well, and I think he's in chase position already, if I'm not mistaken. So, I would rather have Allmendinger get in the chase.
Almost there. To the left.
I thought it was in the second round. I might be wrong, but I thought it was in the second round. But I don't think we're going to have much of a say in this result, especially if Jimmy gets past me here, which he's trying very hard to do, and I'm losing touch with the leaders. But we just got to hope that Allmendinger makes the move on Truex. Truex already has multiple wins this year, so if he gets another one, that's just going to make the playoff situation a lot harder for me.
1 lap to go.
White flag is out, sponsored by the AJ Allmendinger fan club. Oh, he's getting a run. Oh, didn't quite get there, but I'm getting a run on him. If I can get to his bumper, I'll shove him wherever he wants to go. But I got Jimmy to worry about now too. Yep. I got a whole world of hurt right now coming up behind. Well, I just got to stay to the bottom. AJ Allmendinger's making the move. Making the move. He has help in Ricky Stenhouse. I think AJ Allmendinger might have just done this, everyone. Oh, frick. Don't screw this over for myself, Aaron. AJ Allmendinger wins. We finish 8th. And a 4-wide photo finish at the end. We didn't have much of a say in it, but it still happened anyway. Let's look at that end. Let's look at that end. Let's find the point where we're not gonna get a great camera angle because it follows me. I wish I could change that, but we're just gonna use this camera angle to see if we can see where Allmendinger makes the move. He makes the move coming out of turn 2 right there. He's on the inside. I'm blocking everybody right now. I am blocking everyone right now. But there's Allmendinger. He's still making the move on Truex. Stenhouse got around me and he followed Allmendinger. So I have to thank Ricky Stenhouse for that. And then I made contact with Blaney right there, and that cost me a few spots. If we were 4 wide coming to the line. But that was just a really good finish. But 8th place, I'll take it. Not the best points day, but we did beat Busch, and we did win a stage, so that helped. Brendan Gaughan 20th, McDowell 23rd, so that's not going to help him too much, but it's better than a lower finish, honestly. We do take the points lead. We have a 7-point lead in the chase right now. Well, not in the chase, in the regular season standings. That's what I was... That's what I was wanting to say. But let's head off to whatever's next. I can't even remember. What was it? New Hampshire? Oh, great. New Hampshire. Alright, but let's as Colin Rabb mentions it, let's take a look at where Michael McDowell is, and where AJ Allmendinger for that. AJ Allmendinger is 23rd, so I think he's pretty safe. McDowell moved back up to 31st, but he is 13 points behind Chris Buescher right now, so... hold on one second, let me respond to something. Alright, so we need McDowell to finish ahead of Chris Buescher. That's what we need. Oh, but let's look at the chase standings right now. And there's Allmendinger in that 9th spot right now. And like I said, Dale Walls Jr. is doing quite well, so that's why I was rooting for Allmendinger a little bit more than the others. But yeah, we're heading. Oh, it's Kentucky next. Kentucky and then New Hampshire. So 2 tracks that I can't stand in this game. So great. But that was a good race. I didn't have much control over my fate once that last caution came out. But it is what it is. But now we're off to my least favorite mile and a half in history, Word Zone. Do I watch hockey? Yes, I do, but I am unfortunately a Detroit Red Wings fan, so we have not had much to root for in the last couple years. I have not been keeping tabs with much in the way of the NHL this year. But let's qualify.
Go.
Oh no, breaking news. Why breaking news? What's the breaking news? While I attempt not to die at Kentucky, because that's something I would do quite easily if I had to guess. Oh, so that means Brandon Jones gets the 4th spot, if I'm not mistaken. He was the first one out, if I recall things correctly. Yep, alright. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Meanwhile, I'm not doing terribly. I'm sure I'm going to qualify somewhere between 35th and 37th, but it doesn't feel that bad.
Okay, where'd that put us?
30th! Oh my god, that's the best qualifying effort we've had in a long time. Wow. Wow.
It's that nice and smooth here. Going green.
Alright, but here we are, my least favorite mile and a half, as I've said about 14 times already. But let's try to move our way through the pack here without spinning out on that fake apron that spins you like a top, even though the yellow line's not for another 2 feet or something. There's Michael McDowell. Can't really help him that much. Unfortunately, mile and a halves are not a situation that I can help him out too much at. If I see Chris Buescher, then I'll try to wreck him, but he's usually in the back, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. We will have to pit, so we gotta remember that. We'll have to pit with about 5 laps to go on the stage. We are 4 wide at Kentucky. That is not good. We're going to split the Haas teammates, Stuart Haas teammates right now. We're still splitting Stuart Haas, clear low now. But we are moving our way up through the pack. This is not going nearly as bad as Kentucky usually goes for me. So this is quite phenomenal, actually. Now, New Hampshire is going to be a train wreck, regardless of what happens. But Kentucky is so far so good.
Hold your line.
Good. Frick Austin Cindric. He doesn't deserve to be in that ride, any of those rides.
Great lap. Stay right there.
Especially if he wrecks every single race like he has been. Granted, the wreck at the end of this race was not his fault, but still, he always seems to be in that kind of position.
Hold your line.
Not sure, Conrad. I think since this is Taco's weekend here, that we're going to be doing some more multiplayer.
Caution out.
There is a
Back down.
caution because I obviously spun out whoever that was I spun out. I don't even remember who it was anymore. Was it Trevor Bain? Maybe, I don't know. We're pitting. Don't know what they're doing, but we're pitting. I don't know why they didn't. I should be able to make it to the end of the stage.
Green coming. Nice and smooth here. Going green. There's the green flag.
Yeah, I'm definitely good to the end of the stage. Oh, good. Because frick Ryan Newman, am I right? He's been a thorn in my side in this game. I don't think there's a need to wreck the 37. I think he's having a bad enough day as is right now. Calm down, Conrad. Jeez, you're out for blood here. There, I hit him. There, I moved him up.
Steady. All right.
Clint Boyer also hit the wall there. That was quite interesting. And now we're up to Kevin Harvick's favorite up-and-coming driver, Haley Deegan.
Stay right there.
No, he does not. He does not stream or make videos or any of the like. Taco is lame.
Stay on the top. Steady.
I've never seen someone DNF because of a wreck in this game. I've seen him DNF because of mechanical issues. I've never seen him DNF because of a wreck before. How did Newman end up perfectly fine after that whole encounter? I'll never know. Plus, I'm stuck on the freaking outside here. Alright, we're going to make it to the inside. Brendan gone. I'm sorry if I hit you. Okay, I didn't.
Hold your line.
But I might hit Newman again. But frick Ryan Newman.
Stay low. Hold your line.
No, don't hit my favorite driver.
Still there. Clear high.
Save it, Matt. Save it, Dibby. Alright, we're going to go 3 wide and Cole Whitt, Matt Benedetto, and Ty Majeski. That's something you never want to say. And we're 4 wide because Ryan Newman made it 4 wide.
Far inside.
I'm going to lose so many spots because of this now. Freaking Ryan Newman. Every game I ever play that has Ryan Newman in it, Ryan Newman is always such a thorn in my side.
Keep low. Steady. Top is clear.
Alright.
Stay low.
We've
Hold your
recovered
line.
from that disaster. Got 6 laps to go on the stage. We also got to remember that there's a very good possibility that there might be pitting happening. And I see cars kind of hanging towards the low side here, so we're going to run high, because I have a feeling pitting might be commencing. And if it's not, then obviously I was very wrong on our pit strategy, because there's not that many laps left to pit. Okay. Wow. I am not good at math, everyone. Breaking news, Aaron's not good at math, even though he taught 5th grade math for a year. Still gonna stay high in 3 and 4 just to be careful.
Far
Because
ahead is pitting.
yep, you never know when pitting's gonna happen, and it's happening. I saw some smoke, but I think we all made it through safely. But I see a bunch of people going a little insane up here. So I'm going to be a little cautious here. Remember, I'm good on fuel because I was smart and pitted under that last caution. Oh god, that's scary looking.
Car in front of us.
They are
Pit.
snaking the crap out of things right now. Oh god, that's just terrifying to watch. Well, Conrad, you either gotta you gotta make sure that you don't have very expensive contracts. That's your main source of money. If you get players cheap, or if you trade away some of your players that have really expensive contracts, then that's how you open up money to sign free agents. Also, you could spend less money in your scouting and player development, or you could up your ticket prices, but that could have an adverse effect of less people buying tickets. So it's just like real life. You gotta manage the budget, but you can't just like get free money. But we are, well, there's the end of the stage. Alright, so we lapped everyone. If we stay out right now, we're doing it. We're keeping everybody a lap down. We got 6 laps on fuel, so if this stage goes green, we're in good shape.
Stay sharp.
We're keeping everybody a lap down. It's a bold decision and not a decision I usually do. But if we can go to the end of our fuel run and this thing stays green, which is very dependent on me not spinning out coming on the pit road, then we'll be in pretty good shape. Because then we could most likely keep everybody a lap down again. But obviously that's not going to mean crap if people get their laps back here. Obviously Brad Keselowski got the lucky dog. Is it still called the lucky dog, or is it just a free pass now? Yeah, everybody has fresher tires than me, Conrad.
Hold your line.
And I'm also really screwed on this right front, yeah. So, now the question is, can I survive 3 more laps and make it on the pit road safely? Or Harvick can just spin me out.
Yellow flag, easy.
Oh, Ty Majeski, hi. This could still work out for us. I need to play basketball games with Fortnite. I've tried basketball games. I am not a huge basketball fan in general, so I've never caught on to those games. Fortnite, I am thinking about giving a try. We are good on fuel, by the way, so we're still going to have an advantage if a caution doesn't come out. But we're just going to ride around the high side here. We did trap everybody from 30th on back a lap down. So that is one beneficiary of what just happened. But yeah, I am thinking about giving Fortnite a try. Save it, Aaron. I didn't save it. They're still not pitting. Alright, it's a freebie for me. They're still not pitting for some reason. They're crazy. They are absolutely crazy. I don't know why they're not pitting. But that was just a freebie right there. So it looks like Chris Buescher is a lap down. I'm trying to see if McDowell is behind us, and I don't think he is. I see him up ahead. So Buescher is a lap down, McDowell is not. So that is obviously a good sign. So, I reiterate, we need to have this thing go green.
Stay right there. Stay right
Because if this doesn't go green, then we're just going to inherit the lead with old tires, and we're going to be in really bad shape. Much like what happened at Daytona. Kurt Busch, you better save it. Thank you. I also saved it as well. Where's my props? Oh, these 25% race lengths, they're killing me. They're absolutely killing me right now. And the fact that I have to do another race after this is just, it's really quite annoying. And especially considering that race is at New Hampshire. Granted, New Hampshire is a shorter race, so we'll be in better shape there. Freaking Paul Menard. And there's Michael McDowell, for those of you who are wondering. He's in 22nd. Not quite sure where AJ Allmendinger is. He might have gotten trapped a lap down now that I think about it. But I have not seen him in a little while.
Keep it right there.
But I'm just waiting for them to start pitting.
Okay, that's the halfway mark.
Because I'm convinced they have to. We couldn't make it through the first stage without pitting. Why could we make it through the second stage without pitting? Alright, this is going to be a little scary if they are starting to come down pit road. So we're going to go way high here. There's a very good chance that wrecking could happen if they go down pit road. Which they didn't. Yeah, I wish he wasn't hitting me repeatedly, but he is not in 39th, so that is a positive. I do hope Paul Menard does well. No, Aaron, do not spin Michael McDowell. Alright, Brendan Gaughan is hanging extremely low, so either he has some lane that nobody else knows about that works, or pitting is about to happen. Pitting is about to happen is the answer to that question. And there's a wreck. Dang it! Well, that throws that strategy down the hole. Alright, pitting now. We can make it to the end in one stop. Will David win at Bristol? Front Row Motorsports, both Reagan and McDowell, has been very strong in all of the practices and qualifying. I would say McDowell would probably have the better chance, but they have been very strong. So I look forward to seeing how they do tomorrow or Monday, depending on if they get the race in. Sounds like there might be a window. I just read Casey Kane. There might be a window open at night tomorrow if NASCAR is tenacious enough to suffer and wait till the end before calling it. Not pitting now. Nothing to benefit from pitting now. McDowell and Gaughan are now in the top 20, so I am serving Colin Radwell this evening. But I have not seen AJ Allmendinger, like I mentioned earlier. But we have also not made up a ton of time. We've been stuck in this position for the longest time. Is that Jamie McDirtbag? It is Jamie McDirtbag. Frick Jamie McDirtbag, am I right? No, William Byron. Stop being slow. I'm 3 wide. I'm 3 wide. I'm 3 wide. No, I'm not. Beautiful. Yeah, but he has to stay in the top 30 in points as well. Granted, he had more of a cushion, but if he has a string of bad races, he's going to be in bad shape. Ow, I think I hit my knee on something after that last incident. Oh. Okay, pause. Just pause. Oh, that hurt. I think I hit my knee on my desk there.
Back lap there.
Alright, this is a scary situation. Just going to put that out there. We are going to make it 4 wide here. Because that worked so well the first time.
Hold your line.
But it worked super well for us that time. We passed 5 cars in one corner. Worked super well that time. Oh, there's AJ Allmendinger. He's in the top 10. Look at him go. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him all day. That's why, because he's been in the top 10 and I haven't.
Clear up top.
Come on, Kurt. Stop being slow.
Stay on the bottom. Still there.
It's time for you to retire, Kurt.
Careful. Careful. Stay right there.
Alright, so we need to wait until basically the end of our fuel run, or at least until 15 to go before we can pit. That is the magic number, at least in my calculations. But considering my demonstration of math skills earlier, who really knows if my calculations are correct?
Hold low. Hold your line. 20 to go.
20 left to go. Oh my god. These races are so long.
Clear up top.
And I still have one more to do. I know they're really not that long, but for me, who's been trained to do, what, 13% race lengths forever and always, this is just so long.
Easy. Hold your line.
Alright, frick you, Kurt Busch. You've been in my way for a long time now. Now, AJ, I don't want to spin you out.
Stay low. Keep it right there.
Never mind.
Clear.
I didn't spin you out, but I did drive you into the wall. I feel kind of bad. I do feel kind of bad. Alright, I don't feel bad anymore. Need to give it a little time. Freaking Kurt Busch, I got rid of you already. Oh. Ah!
Caution is out.
Okay. Well, we're inside the fuel window now, so we're gonna pit. That's what I get for calling a man old
Stay sharp.
and saying he
Green
needs to
coming.
retire.
Throw the green. Green.
That's
Green.
what I
Car
get.
outside. Stay right there. Hold your line. Stay right there.
But we're making it through. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Still there.
The sad part about all this is there's still 13 laps to go. But we're all good on fuel now, so now it's just a race to the finish. I'm gonna make it 4 wide here. No, I'm not. Never mind. We'll leave that responsibility to Kyle Busch. But I am gonna try to get underneath Jimmy here.
Clear high.
Jimmy was having some sort of issue there, so glad I got underneath him when I did.
Still there. Stay on the top. Stay right there.
The high side is not going to work for long, so we need to take advantage of it while we can. Because once our tires get worn, this is not going to be a fun scenario.
Watch for debris.
Alright, no pitting. We're gonna stay where we are. Luckily we're on the inside, that'll help. Who is leading? I don't know. I can't quite see that far. Looks like Joey Logano.
Green. Green flag. All right.
Could be Joey Logano, could be Paul Menard, could be Mike McDowell. I'm pretty sure it's Joey Logano, but all of those cars look very similar. Could be Ryan Blaney, could be Kyle Busch. They all look similar to my colorblind eye.
All right.
Oh, frick. Okay, I saved it.
Car outside.
Look at me. Okay, tires are definitely wearing out.
Low. Low.
Not really. Oh, there's AJ Allmendinger. Maybe he's looking for some revenge. I'll be careful. I already cost him about 8 positions, so I'll be careful. This is not being careful, Aaron. Oh, look who's behind us now. Freaking Ryman. I just combined. Ryan Newman. Ryman. That's what I called him. That's his new name, Ryman. Ryan Newman is now Ryman. We got Jamie McDirtbag, we got Ryman. Who's next to get a stupid nickname accidentally?
Clear up top.
Speaking of Jamie McDirtbag, there is Jamie McDirtbag. We're gonna try to get Allmendinger around him.
Still there.
Haven't had any issues since I started calling him a dirtbag with him, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Car up top. 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go. Let's see if we can maybe crack a top 10 out of this. That would be an accomplishment, considering everything that we've been through here. Looks like Joey Logano is still leading, so that would be a repeat winner.
Still there.
If I recall, I believe Joey Logano's won a race already.
Clear up top.
All right, Allmendinger, time to yield your position to the happy dog. Oh, I don't think a top 10 is going to happen without a caution, but if we can get around Allmendinger, maybe we can have a run at either Harvick or Almirola. Who knows? Harvick. This has been a disappointing race. Yeah, we're good on fuel. With that second to last caution, we were all good. Come on, Allmendinger. Just go faster. Stop blocking everything I do. I'm so tired, and I still have another race to do. So tired. And I got a bunch of recording to do tonight.
Caution is out.
Ah! We're so close. But now we have a chance at a top 10, but I just wanted this thing to be over. That's all I wanted, honestly.
It's set. Nice and smooth here. Going green. Green flag. All right.
Looks like it's Logano and Larson fighting for the lead. Larson has had to move his way through the pack, so I'm secretly rooting for Larson. That's who I'd be rooting for in real life anyway. Alright, we're going to make some moves here, try to get a top 10 out of this whole ordeal here.
Still there.
Harvick. Oh, we're 3 wide. I was wondering why he was running me so close. We're 3 wide.
Hey, right there.
Alright, white flag is out, sponsored by... I don't know anymore. Sponsored by the Happy Dog. Sure, we're just gonna run everybody off the track here at this point.
Car underneath. Clear down low. Clear high.
Turn!
Car low.
No! Stenhouse! Frick you!
Nice work out there.
12th.
Top 20.
Well, could have been worse. This is my least favorite mile and a half. But now we get to go to my least favorite track of all time. We did also win a stage, so that'll help limit some of the points damage. Busher finished 38th, so that'll help McDowell. We're still leading the points somehow. Great. I forgot to see who won. I think it was... might have been Larson, actually. I'm not sure. Not sure. Maybe it'll tell us here. Results, yeah. That's the button I can press. Logano won. Alright, good for him. I didn't realize Larson already had 2 wins. Alright, time to refuel here before I attempt my least favorite track of all time. I'm also very tired. Alright, New Hampshire, here we go. This can only go well. Sorry, Conrad, didn't see that in time. We'll check after New Hampshire if I'm still alive and breathing and not losing my mind. All of which are very possible things that might happen here at New Hampshire. Anybody remember when I sang the song about how much I hated New Hampshire? That was fun. That was NASCAR Heat Evolution, I believe it was. Oh, we're not going to do a reprise of that. Let me adjust my seating position here. Oh, thank the Lord I'll never have a webcam ever. Alright, let's loosen up the car, do the usual things and stuff. Alright, now that that interruption's out of the way, I forgot what this was, so we're just going to do 50. Planning on getting NASCAR Heat 3, of course.
Go, 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 go.
Will I still have a YouTube channel by then? Who knows? Yep. Freaking phone. We had to move our landline phone down here because of where I have my router. And the last week or so, that phone has gone off an awful lot in recording and I'm playing games with John and stuff, so it's becoming a real pain. Speaking of pain, we're at New Hampshire. But yeah, that was fun when I sang the I Hate New Hampshire song. Oh, that was probably almost a year ago now. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me starting this channel next month. I believe. I might be wrong on that. I'll have to check the date. I'm sure we'll do something for my 1 year anniversary. Harvick's on the pole. We qualified well. 27th. Our best non-road course qualifying effort. But let's just start the race.
Stay sharp.
And
Incoming.
be prepared to lower our expectations.
Green flag. Car outside.
Alright, there's Chris Buescher. I guess I gotta do the deed now.
Car high.
Well, I hit Trevor Bayne more than I did Chris Buescher. Okay, this is a mess. This is a very big mess. That should never happen at New Hampshire. Oh, I'm so sorry, Chase. Chase, go. Go forward.
Caution. Caution.
Really, a
Watch
caution
the
for
debris.
that? Dang it, I forgot to check to see what the fuel mileage is. Didn't really have a chance. Yeah, we're only a month away from that. That's really cool. So I'm definitely going to have to put something together for that.
Green flag. Car outside.
Alright, we're good on fuel, so I'm glad I didn't pit. Yeah, we're just going to dive bomb our way to the front at this point.
Still there. Clear up top.
I don't know. Get a real job, a full-time job. I'm only working part-time right now.
Car
Go back to
outside.
school.
Clear up top.
All possible options. Less fun options, but very possible options. David Reagan's ninth, so that's good.
Excellent flat. Clear low. Car high. Bottom's clear.
Alright.
Clear. Car low.
Still obviously have no idea how to drive this track, as demonstrated by the last few things here. When I say not a YouTube channel, probably not a full-time YouTube channel. I'll do, you know, occasional videos, probably, and streams and stuff, but it won't be a strict schedule. It'll be when I feel like it, when I can, stuff like that. But I mean, I gave myself till the end of this calendar year, 2018, but considering how things have been looking the last couple of weeks, I'm inclined to make that decision sooner rather than later. But I'm at least going to give myself until
Stay right there.
July-ish,
Car high.
as I spin off of Hamlin somehow. Not quite sure how that works exactly.
Car low.
David Reagan. He's sticking it to me right now. That would be great if David Reagan could get a win.
Keep it right there. Car low.
Hashtag save ATF gaming.
Car low.
As much as I hate to say it, there's not much I can do about it, and there's not much you guys who watch my regular videos every
Car low.
day
Car high.
can do about it. Donating won't do much to me, honestly. I need to get to the point where I can start making money on YouTube again. That's where we need to be. I don't want you to donate. Well, obviously, if you feel inclined, go ahead, but that's not what I'm looking for. I just want to get to the point where I can start making money on YouTube again. And that's where me seeing significant progress towards getting 1,000 subscribers. And at this point, that's not looking very good, considering I've only gained about 40 subscribers in the last,
Careful.
really, 4 months. And there's also the situation of, if we get to the point of where all of the stuff of me getting NASCAR Heat Tour early is going to be outside of the 12-month range, then my watch time requirements could be below, if they keep trending the way they do, because 90% of my watch time, even to this day, is when I got NASCAR Heat 2 early. So once that gets outside the 12-month range, I'm a little concerned that my watch time might be
Hold your line.
a little too low as well. So that might be about the time that I have to start reconsidering things, when my watch time starts becoming an
Right
issue.
there. Hold the bottom. Steady.
I don't even remember what happened to get.
Three wide.
Wasn't I in 7th?
Clear low.
I've just been zoning out. If I'm being completely honest. Oh yeah, I won't delete any of my videos. I just won't upload.
Stay right there.
But, and I had hope that my other channel might start progressing, my kids channel, but that's kind of leveled off recently as well. So,
Carlo.
I'm just kind of,
Bottom clear.
just kind of reevaluating right now, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Carlo. Clear.
YouTube made it harder, and so far I haven't met the challenge. But I don't see what more I can do, honestly. The way YouTube's structured,
Carlo.
it's just really hard. It really is. Oh, okay.
Stay on the top. Stay right there.
I'll send it to you after the stream, Conrad. I'll send it to you on Discord. It has a really long name, but I can't remember the exact name of it.
Stay right there.
I think it's, I don't know. I'll send it to you on Discord after the stream.
Car
But,
there.
again, it's a very similar issue with that channel, is I have tons of watch time. But, I only have 300 and almost 400 subscribers. So I still need 600 over there as well. I wish I could combine my two channels. Guarantee there's not much crossover in the subscribers, so combine the two and I'd be golden. But can't quite do that, unfortunately.
Low.
I've thought about putting the videos up on this channel, but
Stay right there. Stay right there.
well, yeah, that's the thing, but the problem, unless if I get it before release date, like the miracle that happened with NASCAR Heat 2, I'm going to be competing with every single person who plays video games in this category on release day. So like NASCAR, I'll be competing with David Land, Real Rabin, N2SC4R, all of those guys. What If Racing, I'm going to be competing with all of those guys.
Stay right there.
On release day, and it won't be that interesting. Jeff Fabiano, people like that. Somebody is down pit road. That almost looks like Brad Keselowski. So rip Brad.
Car inside.
That's the problem with release day videos, and of course they have more subscribers, and I can guarantee a decent chunk of my subscribers are also subscribed to them. So that just limits the audience a little bit more for me.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line. Carlo.
Ryan Newman?
Caution's out. Back her down.
Well, that came out at a perfect time. I don't think Almola got around me. I mean, it doesn't mean squat, considering we're in 16th place, but obviously we're going to pit now. Obviously. Take a little more wedge out.
Almost ready. Nice and smooth here. Going green. There's the green flag.
Alright, so now we enter the dive bomb section of the race again.
Car high.
There I go.
Car underneath. Clear low.
I do have a special one-off, maybe possible series video that will be coming out sometime this week. I'm going to be recording it today. That I think will generate some interest. It's a very different and unique kind of game, and I'm looking forward to playing.
Stay on the
But
top. Right there. Clear low.
yeah, I also have a new series that I'm thinking about adding, but I just got to figure out, you know, what's going to get cut, and we'll kind of see what happens with NASCAR 06 this week. I haven't recorded that yet, so I don't know what the
Clear high.
NASCAR 06 situation will be. If we don't get a good contract offer, then I'm probably going to end that series, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Keep it right there. Low.
NASCAR 09, that's a giant question mark at this point. Obviously, I feel a little bit better after the episode that went up yesterday, so I'll probably keep that going. Wreckfest, honestly, single player stuff has become quite boring. So I might take Wreckfest off of the schedule as far as single player stuff.
Low. Low. Clear low. Clear high.
Anyway, how did we get up to 7th again? I've just been dozing out.
Easy. Hold your line. Are underneath.
How did we get up here again? How is any of this happening right now? I've literally not been paying attention to the race at all. Honestly.
Are inside.
Ow.
Hold your line. Low's clear.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that game, Conrad. We'll take a look at it again. We'll definitely take a look at it. But John has a million things going on, and
Clear high.
he just told us that he's going to be doing a short check-in stream tonight. So he must not be feeling well again. So, he has a lot going on. How am I in 6th again? I know I just asked this question, but how am I in 6th? How did this happen? Oh yeah, I dive bombed everybody on the restart. I remember now.
Hold your line.
Well, we're also good on fuel for this stage as well, so that'll be good. This race doesn't feel any shorter. It doesn't feel any shorter. For a mile track, this is a very long track. Because of the flat corners, it's just so slow. It's slower than some of our 1.5 mile lap times, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we're fighting for a top 5. I don't know how this happened. I literally have no idea how this happened. I've just been zoning out, ranting about YouTube for a long time. And Conrad, no, neither of those games are on the list of things that I will be attempting anytime soon, ever. I've given some thought to maybe doing a one-off on Heat Evolution again. Yeah, keep asking questions. I'm happy to answer. It takes my mind off of, trying to figure out what to say. Always willing to answer some questions. And I'm going to watch IndyCar qualifying. Isn't that on like right now? If I'm not mistaken. I thought it started at 6. I might have read it wrong. If I catch it, yeah, but I still have some other recording to do. F1, I believe, is on overnight tonight. So I'm going to try to catch that. I completely missed last week's race for F1 because I misinterpreted what day it was. I really want to try to catch that race tonight, so it'll be a long night for me. Which is fine. It'll give me some time to edit.
Easy. Hold your line. Clear down low.
But I'll be sure to try to catch the race tomorrow. I don't know. Well, obviously there's still the situation of the weather for NASCAR, and it looks very unlikely they're going to get the race in on time tomorrow. If they do get it in tomorrow night, but I for sure want to watch the IndyCar race. I forgot what time it was on.
Clear down low.
This is the Alex Hayden spotter, the MRN guy. I just spun out Suarez, and that's probably going to be the end of the stage right there.
Caution, caution, caution.
No, it's not. We're going to have a one-lap shootout at the end of this thing, probably. Yeah, it's really a fine line.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Okay, be smart out there. Going green.
It's really a fine line. You don't want to move anything up,
All clear. Car
because
outside.
then the people who, you know, are only planning to come down for Sunday are just caught out of nowhere. It's easier to plan to stay an extra day once you're there than it is to come a day early. It's much easier to do that, so that's why NASCAR does that.
Still there.
Um,
Underneath.
and plus, you don't want to have two Bristol night races in the year. That kind of takes all the you know, prestige out of the second one, in my opinion. Which, if you guys don't recall, I am attending the Bristol night race this year. I'm attending that entire week. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me. Hopefully a vlog will come of that. Oh yeah, this is probably the last lap of the stage. So I'm going to try to get some good stage points here. Jamie McDirtbag, how dare you take a top 5 from me? But we beat Kyle Busch, that's all that matters. Since we didn't get stage points in stage 1, that helps us out a bit. Obviously pitting here, I can't last much longer on these tires, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm actually going to up the tire pressure a little bit on the right sides. But at least from the weather forecast that I heard, there seems to be majority of the rain's going to happen in the morning and the afternoon. So there is a chance of it possibly being run in tomorrow night if NASCAR decides to wait that long before postponing, because that would be an awfully long time for them to wait without postponing. And I don't think NASCAR is really in the mood to delay for like 7 hours their decision. That's not something that I can see NASCAR doing. So it's most likely going to get pushed to Monday, which is unfortunate for a lot of people, I know. I'm hoping that I don't have to deal with that situation when I go down there for the Bristol night race. Granted, it'll be easier to stay an extra day when it's on Sunday than it is on Monday, but and I think we have a contingency plan all set in case if it is rained out, but we'll see. Meanwhile, I just dive bombed that corner. I'm going to block these upper 2 lanes because, honestly, if I can't win, I would like Alex Bowman to win. Oh my god, there's still like 30 laps left. Help me, please, Lord. How are we leading? How did this happen? Why is this happening? Is that Cole Witt down pit road again? Why is he out of the race again? Why is Alex Bowman dive bombing it into the corner? That's my job.
Clear. Car high. All clear. Car low.
I think that would be an interesting question. We have obviously never had the Cup Series had to run in the rain. The Xfinity Series has had to do it numerous times. But we have never had the Cup Series race in the rain at the road courses. I know it is something they're prepared for at Sonoma and Watkins Glen, so I would assume they're going to be prepared for it at the Roval as well. But there is the issue of considering they are racing on the oval for a good portion of that. It might get a little treacherous. Because it's a lot faster, so I don't know what the plan would be there, but I would have to think they would be prepared for have rain tires there in case, but I don't know what the contingency plan would be for that. Jamie dirt bag. Get away from me.
There. Clear.
Well, like I said, it must have been one of my early ATF reviews with the Xfinity series. Obviously, there's the Dash for Cash races, there's the Chase races, and then there's the race before the Chase that they have as Xfinity only, no Cup guys. And then, obviously, once we hit the midsummer stretch, there's a lot of one-off races for the Xfinity series, where the Xfinity and Cup series are not at the same location. And those usually end up being majority Xfinity only, maybe one or two guys make a trip. And then obviously road courses, usually there's road ringers instead of Cup guys as well. So the beginning of the season is where we're going to see the most Cup guys in Xfinity. So that is definitely a plus, and I think we've seen the worst behind us as far as Cup Series regulars winning in the Xfinity Series this season. Speaking of which, how cool is it to see Ryan Preece doing well? You know, for those of you who don't remember, he was running with JD Motorsports 3 years ago now. And he, really didn't do well at all. And now he's getting these, one-off races with Joe Gibbs with the little sponsorship money he has, and really making a run for it. And it's really cool to see it. It's very similar to the Alex Bowman story. It's very similar to the Ryan Truex story. Those are the kind of guys that it's really hard not to root for. So, obviously, I'm really happy for him. Hopefully he gets a full-time ride soon. I would project that he will. At least my prediction is that Christopher Bell is going to move up to the Cup Series next year for a second Furniture Row entry, which means there will be an open Joe Gibbs seat. Obviously, there's Noah Gragson, who is probably in line to get a full-time ride as well in the Xfinity Series next year, but personally, I think Ryan Preece should get that over Gragson. And Joe Gibbs is only a 3-car organization as well in the Xfinity. Caution, we cannot make it to the end from here, so we have to stay out and stretch it. But yeah, Eric Jones fan, I am looking forward to the Rover as well. I'm hoping it's not one of those failed experiments that NASCAR seems to have from time to time, like the stupid option tire in the All-Star race last year. Speaking of which, beautiful segue into the new rules package that they announced for the All-Star race. Haven't gotten a chance to talk about that yet. I'm interested to see what that does. Obviously, it's kind of an unknown, and I personally don't think it's necessary. But there's one place to try it out. It's the All-Star race. Because they've taken all of the legitimate racing out of the All-Star race thus far. So why not add more craziness? But I think it's a good place to test this stuff out. I'm all for the Cup Series kind of moving towards that at the Brickyard, at the tracks that the Xfinity Series are running that kind of package at as well. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens there. I can't blame NASCAR for trying, considering kind of the outrage that fan base has had about mile-and-a-half tracks. Granted, Charlotte usually is one of the more entertaining mile-and-a-half tracks, but still, obviously, almost unanimously, everybody on the NASCAR front wants more short tracks, wants more road courses, want maybe another restrictor plate track. like a Daytona Talladega, not like what they're doing at Charlotte. Um, they want less mile and a half, but NASCAR's kind of stuck with their current contracts with the speedways, that they're stuck with basically the same schedule for this year, next year, and the year after. So I'm looking forward to seeing at least one more road course, in my opinion. Take away second races at almost all mile and a half. Take away Texas's second race, Kansas.
Still there.
Really, the majority of the mile and a half tracks, you can take away their second races from and survive perfectly fine. Add another short track. Go back to Milwaukee. Go back to IRP for some of the lower series. Go back to Canada. Go back to Mexico. Go back to move Road America up. Move Iowa up to the Cup Series. That would be the easiest transition, I think. That take away the second Pocono race. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Much as I hate to say it, take away the second Michigan race. Michigan doesn't deserve two races, in my opinion. I personally don't think there should be many tracks that get two races. I think caution. So that's going to take all the pit strategy out. I wasn't even thinking about pit strategy. But obviously we're pitting. Go back to Rockingham, I agree. Nazareth would be a good track to maybe revitalize, even though that's in pretty rough shape as of right now. So there's a lot of possibilities, in my opinion. They could, if they really want to experiment with the Roval thing, make the second Daytona race the Daytona infield. They could experiment with the Brickyard infield, even though that hasn't really worked out for IndyCar. But they could experiment with the Brickyard infield. Instead of making an infield track out of a track that didn't have one, use one that has one. Move the Brickyard from the main track to IRP, or do the road course, like I said. There's a lot of good options. Go to Gateway for the Cup Series. Go to Nashville, like you said. I just spun Kevin Harvick out and don't feel bad about it at all.
Yellow flag, easy.
But there's a lot of things that they can change, and there's going to be a fine line, especially if they lock themselves into another, like, 5-year contract with the speedways. That's really going to make it hard to make changes to the schedule. And as much as it's hard to sustain a track these days, they need to be more flexible. They really do. And you look at, all the tracks that have been made by NASCAR, by Speedway Incorporated. They're all mile and a halves. They're all making mile and a halves. Kansas, Charlotte, Kentucky. Really, all of them are mile and a halves. Why can't NASCAR manufacture a new short track? Why can't NASCAR manufacture their own road course that's made for NASCAR? Not a road course that they stole from IndyCar, from F1, from IMSA, from stuff like that. So there's a lot of possibilities. NASCAR just needs to take the initiative and don't get themselves stuck in the stupid long-term contracts with the tracks. And that brings up another thing. 90% of the tracks are owned by 2 companies. The only tracks that aren't are like Indianapolis and Pocono, and that's it. But Speedway Incorporated and that's SMI. They own almost all the tracks. So they need to get away from it. It's almost turning into a monopoly of sorts. It's kind of like political parties. I hate to bring politics into this, but there's Republican and Democrat. Independents have no chance. Unless if they really put a ton of effort into it, they have no chance. So it's really unfortunate that NASCAR has put themselves into this situation. Okay, there's 5 laps to go. We're going to take a break from the podcast that this stream has turned into, which has made this race much more bearable, and we're going to try to freaking win this race. All of that felt really good to get off my chest, honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest, as I repeat myself. Alright. Keselowski and Truex are leading. Those are both people with multiple wins, so we would be very well served to not let them win. But I don't have a ton of time left here to make this up, and my tires are quickly deteriorating. Luckily we had some cautions that kind of helped that situation, but exit of the corner is still a big struggle point for me. If I can get close enough, I can run it in deep, but not really getting close enough, honestly. I'm getting on this low lane, which doesn't help me at all. It just slows me down more. So I think we're going to be best served just trying to defend this 3rd place position from Logano. Because my right front has got to be... No, it's not. I'm just running terribly. This is what I get for paying attention to the race after about a half hour of ranting. But I'm probably, maybe not in the near future, but in the future going to kind of go on the bandwagon of making what I would like the NASCAR schedule to be. And this is for all 3 series. I'm going to put a lot of thought into this. And put all 3 series in. And make a schedule for all 3 series that I think would be beneficial. So I think that would be really cool. White Flag was out, sponsored by Aaron's Rants. Alright, 3rd place effort at one of my least favorite tracks, I'll take it. In the immortal words of ATF Gaming, I'll take it. 105 speed rating, so that's good. Oh, I appreciate the 6 of you who are still here and made it through all that. Hopefully my rant was slightly entertaining for you all. Brad Keselowski won, so that's not going to help us as far as playoff point situation. That's his 3rd win. But we still got the points lead, so that's beneficial. Results, I saw that just in time. Let's see where McDowell finished. Not the top 20. 28, Chris Buescher finished 29th. So, still maintaining that. We will check the standings when we head back. And see where the full standings look like right now. We'll see where McDowell is, see if he's into the chase. Next stream, next week, we will have Pocono, Watkins Glen, and Michigan. Michigan did not go well for us the first time, but it went well for Michael McDowell, so maybe he can repeat. But Michael McDowell is down to 33rd because David Reagan and Paul Menard have both passed him. And he's still not ahead of Chris Buescher either. So that's not good. But he's within 5 points of 30th, so we're still fine there. We knew Paul Menard was probably going to start getting better. I did not factor in David Reagan, but nobody else below them, Witt, Majeski, Deegan, Long, Carver, Kennington, Burton, we don't have to worry about them. But we do have to worry about Busher, Reagan. Menard, I think, is just going to kind of keep going. So Ty Dillon is probably the next logical guy to look at. But looking at the chase grid, right now Alex Bowman is the last one in. Let's see, where is he in points? So he's the last one in over Ryan Blaney at this point in time. Daniel Suarez also right there after a good finish at New Hampshire. So that's going to be it for today, guys. That was a very long stream. Not really in time, but just staring at a TV for so long and doing nothing but circles. No offense to NASCAR fans, which includes me, but doing nothing but circles is very, very boring at times. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this stream, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube, follow button over on Twitch and Mixer, and turn on notifications for all three so you get a notification every single time I go live with a stream and a video. And I will see you in the next stream, video, episode, whatever you tune into next. See you then. Bye.